What's good? What's good? What's good, man? We back with another episode, man. It's the Blue Dollar Podcast, man. I'm Randy. I'm here with my dog Nick. Nick, go ahead and say what's good with to the people, man.
What's good, man? What's up? Back
Yeah,
for another episode, baby. Let's make it happen.
yeah, man. So you got Earth Tone, you got Dirty Red, man. We representing all shades and colors today, man.
Sir.
Anyway, man. So we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs, man. I know Nick don't want to talk about it because his team got eliminated already.
Yeah.
He a Denver Nuggets fan. I don't know why, because he's from the crib, but he likes teams not from the crib. But he got to explain that. I'm not going to explain that.
Yeah. I've been a big Carmelo Anthony fan for the longest. So, when Carmelo Anthony left and we got traded to the Knicks, it just like I would have felt like I was a bandwagon fan that basically lead the Nuggets to go to the Knicks. So I stayed. And ever since, been rocking with them boys ever since. So hey, thank God, hopefully, we actually was, doing good and stuff. So shoot, I'm rocking with my boys, man. By how, baby. When we came down here this season, we tapped that ass. But
Bro, that's regular season, bro.
hey,
Playoffs is a different story, bro.
but two of our second and third best player, they've been out. So the MVP, he should win MVP again. No, unanimously, but back to back. But hey, we'll see what's going on. But
And
hey, the man can't
I
do it
think
all.
I think that shit might go to Luca though.
Nah,
Don't you
MVP.
go to Luca MVP?
Nah, it's between Embiid, Jokic, and Giannis.
I know Giannis did his thing, but it wasn't as good as like last year though.
Yeah, it
So
wasn't.
yeah, so I don't know why they put him back in. I think Luca probably had a better season than Giannis, honestly.
I could attest to that.
Because I ain't expecting them boys to even be in the playoffs this deep, especially playing the Suns. They down 2-0 right now. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later, but it's just I think Lucas he has a good shot. Doing he should have been in the MVP decision, but you know how that shit go. It's all about favoritism and markets and all that shit. It's always deep in the rap.
No facts, facts.
All right, so we're gonna talk about the playoffs, man. Last night, the crib, we went 2-0 last night, man, beating the 76ers, man. Hey, my boy Jimmy Butler showed up. He had over 20 points, man. He had at least 10 assists. Bam showed up as well. He had 20 points himself or 23 points. Victor Oladipo, he did his thing. I think he had 19 points, and Tyler Hero had like 18 points too. I don't know. I ain't getting the exact numbers, but them boys got off, man. So Nick, man, how you felt about the game last night when you were watching it?
Hey man, one thing about it, hey, the Heat just showing why they the number one team in the East. Them boys like they
In the
come,
league,
they
in the
they
league.
in the East, like I said, they
Oh,
show why they the number one team in the East. They come, they play defense, they play together, they share the basketball. It's like even though Jimmy Butler is the best person on that team, but like, he basically showed like he's selfish. He's selfless. Like he basically like, oh, I can share. I don't got to be like the top dog. Tyler Hero can have his night. Bam can have his night. Sometimes when they brought PJ Tucker over here, that was a great addition. He basically brings another attitude and defensive mind and everything like that. He fits the Heat culture. So them boys, they've been doing their thing. So basically, yeah, like I said, the Heat like show why they the number one team in the East. Like they handle business. No, like this was what you're supposed to do to teams that don't have their best player. Embiid is out, so hey, listen, they ain't even giving the 76ers no type of hope. Hey, we put them that they gonna put them down. Hey, try to go up again
hey,
in
hey,
Philadelphia.
hey, the crazy thing is, man, Bam, you actually see Bam now since Embiid not in there, man. Bam actually just showing up and doing his thing. He's actually bullying the paint. Finally, he's earning that paycheck. So that's what I like about it too, man. He had a good game, man. So, but yeah, man, Jimmy Butler actually had 12 assists last night to go with his 22 points, man. So, he's not only scoring, but he's also facilitating other people to score as well. And I think, man, like this is a mismatch, man, because we have a starting lineup and we have a bench, man, that can actually, you know, finish the game, man. You feel me? And Sixers ain't got enough manpower, man. Even they starters not even playing up to par, man. Like, look at James Harden last night. James Harden, he finally had a 20-point game in the playoffs, man. He scored 20 points on the dot last night, but he only got like 9 assists and 4 rebounds. Now, everybody's saying James Harden fell off, man. From watching the game, does it look like he fell off? I mean, he out there playing at 280 right now, so. Oh, the Chihuahua in the background. He ain't like me talking about James Harden, huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so yeah, man. Yeah, I feel like me personally, I don't want to say he fell off. It's more of like a lot of people caught on to his game and what he like to do. So it's just like it's kind of hard when you've been doing something for so long and to try to keep on doing that same thing. So I mean, he been facilitating or whatever the case may be, but it all boils down to like what type of players you have around you, and plus what type of like team that you're playing. He's playing against a Heat team that's like they're young and they fast. So, bro, you not for the drive to the hole and beat them on a 1-on-1. Them young boys. So they nah. So he ain't playing against like an older Lakers team or anything like that. They was playing the Lakers. I feel like probably would have dropped 30. But you're playing a young youth Heat team that's basically that plays great defense. So that's a different animal. So
But at the same time, though, he wasn't really driving like that. He was trying to hit a lot of like mid-range shots and threes, and them shits wasn't sinking either.
yeah, but even so, when he was driving, even the commentator was just like, "Yeah, man, he lost a step. He can't get past him. He can't get past him no more." So it's just like, man, like if you can't get past, people no more. Hey, your shot ain't going. Hey, you dead to the world.
I don't think he fell off, man, but I do think he's out of shape. He's out of playing shape, man. You feel me? He's out there heavy. He can't really drive like he usually drive, and he's usually a good slasher when it comes to the paint, man. But he's not really doing that. I haven't really seen him do that ever since he got to, ever since he left the Nets.
Yeah,
He's really just been more so facilitating and actually scoring. What's the name? Maxi last night, he had 34 points, man. He was looking around to see if anybody else was going to help him out with scoring. Like, he was like, damn, he's going to do all the work.
yeah. That's one thing about it. Maxie have been showing up. I mean, I feel like if they had Embiid, it would be a more competitive game than what it is. I still feel like the Heat would still be up 2-0, but it'll definitely be more competitive than what they're showing right now. The first game they got blew out by like 20. The
Yeah.
second game it was more like okay, they won by like 10, 12. So it's just like you want to see a team fight, but at the end of the day, when they don't have their best player. It's just more of like, hey, some teams I done saw some top teams that lay down to teams like that, and that team will basically take advantage, and it's still a home game. But the Heat is like they laser focused. They know what they want. They got their goal. Like, oh no, we ain't for to take this team lightly. We for to just go in there, basically protect home court, and hey, let's go to Philadelphia and just try to steal one, possibly two.
I ain't going to lie, man. I feel that broom coming on, bro. They say Embiid ain't going to play these next 2 games either.
Right?
So I feel that broom might be coming on, bro.
Yeah.
The Heat smell that blood in the water, especially Jimmy Butler, boy. He sweep these boys, then all you got to do is worry about either you play the Celtics or who the Celtics playing right now?
Huh?
Who the Celtics playing right now in the playoffs?
Milwaukee.
Either the Celtics or Milwaukee. And honestly, it might be the Celtics because Milwaukee I mean, I think they even it up, but at the same time though, it took them a lot of energy to pull that win out. So whoever win that series, they're gonna be tired anyway. So that's why I'm like, man, shit, sweep these boys. You can rest all your players, your bench players, and you straight, man. When you go into that next series, you could possibly sweep the next team or at least beat them within 5 games. And I think that's what the Heat is ultimately trying to do. And if Embiid is not playing these next 2 games, then it's a wrap because Harden already laid down. He's ready for the offseason to see what team is going to pay him more money to come. So I don't think he's going to even stay in Philly.
Yeah.
So I don't even think he wanted to be traded, but I don't think he wanted to go there.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like
He actually said that he wanted to go to Philly. He wanted to play in the league. I just feel like with him, it was more of like, okay, you know what? When he got there, he didn't want to step on the Embiid toes. Like, okay, like I want to take so many shots because remember, like the last big man, he good big man who he was supposed to play with was Dwight Howard. And you see how that didn't really work out. Like, so it was more of like, okay, you know what? Let me try to defer to this person this time to see what's going on. Like, let me just try to be the point guard. And like, like it was working. Them boys went on like a nice little winning streak. But at the end of the day, like they gonna let you do whatever in a regular season. Once you get to the playoffs, they gonna that's when a real defense and a real teams actually gonna sit there and they gonna strategize. They gonna play, and they gonna take away whatever you was doing in the regular season. They gonna take that away. So you gonna have to find something else. So B, they took that away. You see when Toronto actually they played Toronto game 4. Nah,
Yeah.
you ain't for the nah, bro. Like you ain't for to do that. Hart ain't gonna have to beat us. Like we ain't let you. That's why them boys won game 4. Then they came back and blew the Sixers out game 5. So it was more like they look at it, they study. Like this ain't like the NFL. You win one game and you out. Nah, bro, you legit got set possibly 7 games to basically play somebody. So it's like game 1, game 2, you already see. Okay, you know what? This is what they like to do. This is
Mm-hmm.
like running and stuff like that. So it's just like you basically study and you study film when you in the game completely. You just basically just looking, so you could adjust. So
Yeah, but yeah, you're right about that, man. So that's why, man. Without, I mean, these boys don't get Embiid back. It's basically bait, man. I mean, how you think? Do you like their chances in Game 3 since it's going to Philly? Like, how much do you like their chances?
I like I like their chances. I like their chances in game 3 than game 4. The reason why I say that is more like okay, game 3 they going
Desperation.
they going back to Philly, and it's just like now, like they already know if we lose game 3, 9 times 10, game 4 we get swept. So it's
Yeah.
like now we gotta have the crowd into it, and we gotta basically come out there just like swing it, no matter what. Like throw whatever we got. Game 4, yeah, they lose game 3. Game 4, they just gonna go out there and just like lay down. Like you got some teams that do the opposite. They'll play game 3 and then they'll do game 4 and like they'll play their hearts. Like that's how we did. We played Golden State. Golden State was up 3-0 on us. Game 4,
Hmm.
we just started throwing everything out to them boys. Like, nah, we ain't getting swept. And then that's what happened. We ain't getting swept. We won game 4. We went back to Oracle or whatever that thing is. What they got.
It's Oracle, man.
Yeah, bro, we was up by 10. And then next thing you know, them boys, Steph Curry happened. So.
Man, look, man. Honestly, though, like for them to even have a chance, man, Harden got to go back to his old form. He got to start actually like he got a ball hog basically for them to have a great chance to win. I mean, Tobias Harris did his thing. He scored 21 points, but it was a quiet ass 21 points. You feel me? Like it wasn't really, it didn't really matter, especially when it's only basically they only had three main scorers out putting up points, and they wasn't stopping nobody. So,
Yeah.
and then the Heat, man, how do you have two people on your bench almost score 20 points? You can't beat that. In
Yeah.
addition to two of your starters also scoring 20 or more points, man, you can't beat that. First of all, you're not playing defense, and then you're not scoring enough points either as a team. So you you know, how can you even find a way to win, man? I mean, I feel like James Harden, he's gonna have to do his thing in order for them to have a chance. He gotta take a lot of shots. He gotta basically force himself to actually like score a lot, man. Even if he missed a lot of shots, as long as he put up as much points as possible to give them a good chance. Because Maxi's doing his thing too, but Maxi is not consistent with it.
Yeah.
He's not consistent with it.
So basically, you saying as long as he be aggressive, that's
Long
what.
as if he turned on the aggression and started attacking the hole, then their chances might be better. It might be because he might put up most of the points and nobody else do anything either. It's all about the Heat's defense that night. One thing I didn't like about the game though is that we were blowing them out. Then we slowly started to let them come back, and it almost like later in the fourth quarter it started to be a close game, and then we end up taking off on their ass again.
Yeah.
I just feel like man, we can't keep. letting that happen, because if we let that happen, we might not be able to stop them from coming back and ultimately beating us either. So
True.
that's why I'm like, they got to tighten up on that a little bit when it comes to defense in the second half, especially in the fourth quarter. Especially when you got a comfortable lead, you got to make sure the lead stay comfortable, and that's when it comes to defensive discipline.
True.
And we were making a lot of mistakes with the ball, turning the ball over too. Hero had a couple bad mistakes. Jimmy Butler had a couple bad passes that got taken. So we're gonna have to tighten up on that too. So what's your ultimate prediction for game three?
My ultimate prediction for Game Three, I say it's a close one. Um, Heat still win though. I want to say Miami Heat 110, 76ers 107.
I could dig that. I think that's a good scoring range. Ultimately, I think we're gonna beat their ass too, especially Embiid not there. Embiid is not there, so I really don't respect these niggas if Embiid not there. Because that's honestly that's the only reason why Bam is balling like the way he is right now, because Embiid is not there. So and they don't have any big man to match up against Bam anyway. So and then you gotta worry about all the shooters on the perimeter too.
Yep.
It's over. I like that shit to be like 120 to probably 92, 93.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
them dudes, yeah, like no. You know what? I take that back because they're gonna try to make this a tight ass game. They're gonna play their hardest. I still like us to win. I'm gonna go 115, 113.
Okay.
115, 113. The last minute, no, 116, 113. Last minute three by Hero, some shit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with that, man. All right, man. So the other series that's popular right now, that we mentioned is the Suns, man. The Suns versus the Mavs. The Suns went 2-0 in the series against the Mavs last night, man. They beat the Mavs 129 to 109. How do you feel about that game?
Me personally, I feel like the Suns are on a roll. I mean, you know, them basically figuring out how to beat the Pelicans, even when Devin Booker was basically hurt, or whatever the case may be. But that's been them all season. Like during the regular season, they had injuries to Chris Paul, you had injuries to Devin Booker. So it's just like now they're basically trusting more of their role players to basically play a bigger role in the playoffs than ever. So I just feel like even when like Chris Paul shot one like too much, and even Devin Booker was kind of struggling a little bit in the beginning, like you still had Cameron Payne to go in there and show him good minutes. Then you had Cameron Johnson to go in there. Landry Shamet even hit some big shots last night, for him. So it's just like it's a test to their depth that they have, and even some dude named Wainwright, he played last night, and it's just like it shows you like them boys like legit like that they have a coach that basically strategizes and he has trust in his players too. So he don't, it ain't nothing for him to basically just say, okay, you know what, dang, hey sir, you come on, like hey, play, like they ain't he playing like legit 1 through 13. Like, they got 15 players 1 through 13. He ain't just limited to like 8 or 9 people. Nah, he going deep in the bench when that helped them. Jalen Bronson, yeah, when I was watching the game, Jalen Bronson got in that early foul trouble. Um,
Yep, full personal fouls.
yeah, and it's just like that's their second best scorer of, other than Luca. So it's just like once you take one of their top tier scorers out, it's just like they fell in the hole. But then they came back and took the lead. So it's just like I feel like that series that's gonna be a good series. I mean, only thing Phoenix did was take care of home. So now they just got to go to Dallas now and hope to try to steal a game. If Dallas basically go and win the next two or win game one, that's gonna put pressure on Phoenix since they're the top seed, basically.
Man,
Yeah,
Luke's been doing it by himself this whole series though, man. I don't know how much he could keep doing it by himself though. He put up 36 points last night?
yeah,
Nick, he made like 5 3-pointers last night, man. He was on some Steph Curry shit the other night, man. You feel me? And he was still facilitating the ball and had 7 assists. So I mean, he was doing his thing and all, but he was the only one that was really putting up points and actually doing something. Everybody else was like, hit or miss, man. And Brunson got, like you said, Brunson, their second best player, their second best scoring option. He got into foul trouble.
early.
Finney Smith, he's usually their clutch guy when it comes to threes, and he wasn't making none last night. Randy Bullock got a little burned, but he got off real early in the game. But after that, that just stopped. That's
Slowly.
something you really need to do is probably hit them more on the perimeter more with not just Luca, but like Finney and Bullock as well, because them
Mm-hmm.
boys be hitting threes as well. So they got to tighten up on that. But watching this game, another thing that I noticed is I forgot how good of a scorer Chris Paul is when he wants to be a scorer. Yeah, that boy put up 20, 28 points last night,
Yeah.
which is it's not shocking, but he's more so of a facilitator than a scorer. That's what we're accustomed to seeing him. But when he needs to score, he put up some points, man. And Book, he got his 30 points. But
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that was from mid range to 3 pointers. So man, that's what you come to expect from Booker.
Mm-hmm.
Vontae Ayton, I don't know, man. Like I'm thinking he was gonna have a monster game, man. He came in, he flopped.
Yeah.
He flopped.
Yeah, I mean, but even with that, like I feel like they don't ask too much of DeAndre Ayton because for the simple
Whatever
fact
his name is.
Booker back, and then plus you still got Chris Paul too. So it's more of like, okay, like you got two of the main guys, whatever the case may be, and like you just said, just to piggyback on what you said about Chris Paul, like when he want to score, he's going to score. Like in the closeout game against the Pelicans, the man legit set a playoff record to go 14 or 14 and not miss no shots. So it's like nobody never did that before. Like to be 14 or 14 perfect like that with them many shots that you took and not miss one. Like, the man just like he knows his shot. Like he's accurate. He's precise, what the shots that he's gonna take. So he's definitely a top tier scorer when he wants to be. But he's point guard facilitator first. But hey, when he feel like he gotta take over, that's what he try to do.
Yeah, but come on, man. What his name? Deontay, whatever his name is.
DeAndre,
Hey,
DeAndre,
how you gonna be the big man and you only have 3 rebounds, bro?
yeah.
Honestly, what you were doing out there,
But
like,
nah, but that's the thing too. Like you gotta look at who they play, like the personnel. Like if you look at the personnel that they played, it was more of you're playing a Dallas team that basically has no type of rim protector. When Luka has the ball, everybody is on the spaced out on the 3 point thing. So
absolutely.
how can you really get a rebound when basically your man is basically at the 3 point line? So you know what I'm saying? So if your center is basically in the top of the key, you ain't gonna be able to get no rebound like that. You just gonna have to basically play man up. And I felt like that's what he did a lot. He did good. It's like just the contest his man, the 3 pointer, say, hey, it's a team game. So hey, if whoever down there, they gotta get the reads in this place. He doing his job by basically, be going out there to the arc. Because a lot of big men don't like going to the arc. They want to sit in there and get rebounds and stuff. Nah, that's one thing I feel like DeAndre is more matured on. He like basically like, hey, listen, I gotta do whatever I gotta take to help my team win. If I don't get the rebounds, but if I contest a shot, hey, that's winning basketball.
Yeah, I'm just man, he was balling the first game in the series, so I'm thinking off that momentum alone, he's gonna go into this next game and even double down on it. You feel me?
Yeah.
So for him to not only have only like 8 or 9 points, but only 3 rebounds, it put a bad taste in your mouth, especially when you play daily fantasy. Like you play daily fantasy, you thinking, oh yeah, it's sweet,
A
boy.
lot.
It's a lot. And that boy poo poo all over your whole lineup, man. You don't even want to look at this lineup no more.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, still, man, I'm glad that the Suns really pulled it off, even though Aiton didn't show up. At least Chris Paul made up for it when it comes to putting up points, and Booker did his thing too. So, and I also like what Jay Crowder is doing too, man. Jay Crowder and what is Miles Bridges?
Yeah. Miles Bridges.
Yeah, them boys doing their thing too. They chipping in and they help not only putting up points, but also when it comes defensively. Even though they can't stop Luca, they stopping everybody else.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to stop Luca. You just got to be able to deal with whatever he doing. Just make sure that you just contain everybody else. Because as you can see, when he's the only scorer, he's going to put up his points, but the probability of them winning the game is highly unlikely.
Yep.
So, how you feel about this series, man? Game 3 in Dallas, man. How you feel that's gonna go?
True. Game 3 in Dallas. I think Dallas gonna take that. Them boys, like, like they have the crowd, back over there with them. So like, they gonna, yeah, they gonna. I feel like them boys gonna show up. They gonna show up game 3. Game 4, whoo, game 3. I definitely think Dallas gonna be ready. They should still game 3.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I mean, I think they're gonna win Game 3 too, but I don't think Game 3 is gonna be as high scoring as everybody think it's gonna be.
Oh no, like one thing about it, like I figured out even with Dallas, like even though they was a high scoring team, they got a
Hold on, Nick, your sound went out. Oh,
yeah.
we hear you. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you.
even though they're a scoring team, they legit. Ever since Jason Kidd became their head coach, they're more efficient as ever because it's like more like, okay, we play defense now. Like in order to basically we can score all we want to, but if we can't stop you, it's nothing. So it's just like for their last couple of games, even before the playoffs, them boys been playing. Like if you look at a lot of their scores, it's been low scoring because their defense have stepped up and been tremendous for them. So.
Mhm. Yeah, man. So it might not be low. It's gonna be probably a low scoring game. But I still like Luca to do his thing. I think they not gonna stop Luca. We already seen this, man. What he's done these past 2 games, even though they lost, he still has been getting his points. I think they're gonna clamp down a little bit more defensively, and they're gonna frustrate Phoenix a lot.
No,
Yeah, probably make them do a lot of turnovers, and they're gonna make more than make up for those turnovers and get some points off of it. But Dallas really they only score high like that when they're like trailing. So when they got the lead, I think they really lock down on defense and try to close out the game like that. So with that, I like Dallas to win Game 3. Now after that, it's up in the air. It's really up in the air. Like
yeah,
I think just like the Sixers, Dallas is on their last leg. So Game 3 is basically their last leg to show that they can do anything.
yeah.
But I think the Heat is a better team than Phoenix. That's why I feel like the Heat could win Game 3, but Phoenix is not going to win the Game 3.
Okay.
But I honestly don't like Phoenix that much defensively either. I think the only
Well,
reason why it be in Dallas is because everybody besides Luca on Dallas is missing shots more so than actually like, and it's not them. They just missing open shots.
exactly, and the also thing too. The thing about you can't really compare Dallas and the 76ers is because Dallas got their best player,
Yeah,
76ers don't. Like, so it's just like more of like you just say, it really boils down to shot making. Like Luca has put them in a perfect position, giving them perfect passes and everything. But if they ain't making the shots, then hey, like the boys dead in the water.
yeah, man. So that's gonna be an interesting series. Like I said, Game 3 is gonna be super important for these two teams. Hopefully, there won't be blowouts unless it's the Heat game and the Heat blowout. The Sixers, I'll be super happy about that. I'll be ecstatic. But if they close games, I'll be cool with that too. As long as the Heat win, I don't care about anybody else. But all right, so one other series I want to talk about, but I didn't mention it, man. The damn Warriors versus the damn Grizzlies, man. Game 1, Golden State did their thing, but game 2, boy, that boy Ja Morant, man, 45 points, man. He carried the team on his back, man. It's like he carried the whole city of Memphis on his back that night, man. So they didn't have any answers for that, man, at all. So, and the Warriors still could have won it, but Ja Morant closed out the game, man. He's looking like a Hall of Fame. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna lie to you. That boy is looking like a Hall of Famer, man. Now we was in the club watching that game, Nick. Man, how you feel about that? How you feel about the game as you were watching it transpire?
I feel like John Morant definitely basically like it's proven that he's basically one of the youngest stars, superstars in the league, and he showed that by playing a great Warriors defense, a great Warriors team. that's supposed to, them boys live by their defense with Draymond Green. They got a two-way player, Klay Thompson. Then you still got Jordan Poole, and like they got some elite scorers alone when they play good defense, exceptional defense too. So for him to drop 47 and just be scoring either way with a left, driving to the left, driving to the right, like with finishing with his left or right hand, that's like the man was unstoppable. And his step back game with his 3 pointers was wet too. So it's just like he was on. Like, and he felt like, hey, listen, I can't let my team go down like 2-0. So I gotta show up. And that's what he did. He showed up for his team. So they actually showed in a sense why they was basically the number 2 seed.
Yeah, man.
You know? And
It's
I
like
feel
go ahead, my bad.
you good. I felt like he felt too like game one, he lost game one from that layup. Even though the layup was difficult, we just saw Ja Morant make them layups, them type of layups, high off the backboard and stuff. But he missed it, so he was like, you know what, I gotta show up for this game to actually make up for me blowing game one. The layups, them type of layups.
But yeah, man, the same. My bad. Hold on, my phone tripping. But yeah, man. So I feel like we were watching NBA Jam and he was on fire.
Yeah,
Where it was not being stopped, man. They say Steph Curry was playing defense a little bit better, but you couldn't tell that night.
it couldn't, not at all.
You couldn't tell that night. And Steph was doing his thing too, but Ja was just unstoppable, man. One person I was disappointed in is actually Klay Thompson, man, because I think he went 2 for 13 from the arc shooting threes.
Yep.
First of all, I don't know why he was shooting that much threes in the first place. I know he Klay Thompson, but he ain't Klay Thompson of like 2016 though.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what made him do that, man. Jordan Poole. I think Jordan Poole got hurt late, and that's probably what hurt them too. Was it Poole or was it? I know Gary Payton Jr. got hurt.
Nah, Jordan Poole got hurt too.
Yeah, so I think that was a big factor in them not closing out and taking that game too. So that's why I'm like, man, it was kind of like an anomaly. Because I mean, honestly, Golden State never was good at defense. They just outscored people. So for this to happen to them, especially going against Morant, I wasn't too surprised.
Yeah.
But ain't so game three is going back to Golden State anyway. So how you feel about that?
Shoot, hey, no lie. And this might be a shock of people taking Golden State. They back at the crib. Man, I like Memphis game three. Them boys to go out, come out and shock the world. Ja Morant to improve, keep on going on this hot streak that he doing. He's figuring it out like game by game, series by series on how to attack a defense. It's like, okay, you know what, dang, like, okay, when I played game one, them boys played me like this, so let me just do this. And like he's a intelligent young man. So it's just like, it's very, 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 very interesting. And his dad making it even better now, since
His old boy.
yeah, his old boy. He
He said,
he going back and forth with Steph old boy now. So it's just like, how he did Carl Anthony Towns old boy, they lose, the loser gotta wear the jersey, the son's jersey. So, of course, Timberwolves lost, so he had to wear Ja Morant jersey. So, they probably don't have a friendly wager on this one, but that boy definitely talking crap to Steph Curry, old boy though.
but Morant just got to keep doing that. When it comes to scoring like that, I don't think he's consistent that much to keep putting up 30 to 45 points every game. You feel me? So
Yeah,
I don't. Somebody else is gonna have to step up, man.
yeah,
Somebody else on that team is gonna have to step
yeah.
up.
And this is big that Dylan Brooks is suspended for
Yeah,
um, that. Me personally, I don't feel like he should have been suspended. Like ejection is it's already enough already. Like a flagrant too. Okay, cool. He's out the game, and that was early in the game. So it's just like, okay, cool. Now to suspend him for another game, I feel like that's a bit too extreme. Like the man basically did wrong, whatever the case, he noticed he did wrong and he was gone. So it's like, don't like you don't wanna get too many stars and out the game when it's a good series like that. And that's Dylan Brooks is definitely a key part of them actually of their team. He plays exceptional defense. He's their best defensive player on the team.
Yeah. Man, I don't know if man somebody like Bane gonna have to step up.
Yeah.
Jackson, I think he scored like 15 points. So that was okay. Well, I mean, when you got somebody scoring 45 points, man, I mean, you really got to do not the bare minimum, but just do enough to complement that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I think, yeah, Jackson, he's gonna have to put up more points too. Bane gonna have to put up some points. So them boys gonna have to really step up at game two in their game in game three in order for them to actually steal one that early. Now, my prediction is I think Golden State gonna go in there and like, okay, they're gonna it's gonna be a close game again, but they're gonna win this time because they're not a defensive team. Especially when Draymond keep getting thrown out of games and shit, man. I don't know what's wrong with bro. I don't know. I think he just what's up, man? What's up with Draymond, bro?
Hey,
What's up with Draymond?
Draymond just Draymond just being Draymond. He got a mind of his own. Like he just feel like, hey, whatever was going on, and he feel like he right or he wrong, he gonna go with it. And it's just like if my player get hurt, Draymond is one of them type of people. Okay, you hurt my player, so I'm gonna hurt one of y'all players, or I'm gonna flagrant foul one of y'all players, or whatever the case may be. And it's just like, that's why they call Draymond Green one of the dirtiest player in the game. So I mean,
I mean, yeah. I don't think he the dirtiest player in the game. Well, he probably is, but it don't make sense. That's actually hurting the team though, man, because he's honestly probably their best defensive player anyway.
sure,
And when he gets in his foul trouble, when he gets thrown out, no one can really stop anybody on that team outside of him. So that's why it's hard for me to understand. Like him knowing this, he still get into these foul trouble, and he always getting these flagrant fouls and technicals and all this shit. I'm like, it's getting tiring, bro.
yeah,
It's getting tiring. Like Draymond, he's good for what they have, but he's not nothing special, man. You can find you another person to fill his slot.
yeah,
I mean, he's basically a 6'6" center,
yeah,
and I don't even know how he's lasted this long in that role. I guess because I don't know. But anyway, yeah, man, I still like the Warriors to go ahead and win Game Three. It's going back in the Oracle. I feel like they're gonna capitalize on the momentum of coming back home. You know, they're gonna be a lot of threes raining. That's what they do.
yeah.
So I like them to win Game Three. Now another question about Ja Morant, man. Do you feel like he's the best point guard in the game right now?
No,
No.
no.
Where do you rank him? Top five?
Top five. I reckon top five.
Top two? Top three?
Top, top five. I mean, you still gotta show respect to Dame,
Who?
Damon Lillard,
Who?
Damon Lillard.
That boy. Nobody ain't heard from that boy in a while, man.
He been hurt, bro. The man just got hurt this season, so it's just like now,
Versatility is availability, my friend.
right? Steph Curry, Luca, Chris
Hmm.
Paul. Uh, it's two more. It's two more. Can't say what off the top of my head right now, but it really is one more. And then,
Russell?
nah, hell no.
Why y'all doing Russell like that, bro?
Listen, bro, hey, like you said, Philip, productivity is the best activity.
I said availability is the best
And listen,
ability.
I'm telling you, productivity is the best activity. If you ain't if you ain't showing no product, how can you be good?
You
Like
said bestivity?
productivity
Productivity is
is the best activity.
the bestivity.
The best activity. I made up that word. The best
That's what I was gonna ask. Like, damn, boy, I was about to go to Urban Dictionary on your ass.
activity. Yeah, man. It's just like like it's a what have you done for me lately league, and it's just like if you haven't been showing up or proving like, or if you just been missing shots like crazy, like if you've been hurting your team better more than you've been helping them, it's like how can you be in such elite company? You can't. So it's just like, oh, I'll put Kyrie though. There go. Kyrie.
Yeah. I can't disrespect Harvey like that, you know. So he's in the top five, so it's just
Yeah,
about where you place him in the
yeah,
top five. You think he's at number five?
yeah. I give him a five. I give him the nod over Trey. I give him the
Cause you said Dame, you said, oh, I forgot about Trey too.
Trey.
Ooh.
But I'll put Ja over Trey. The reason why I say I put Ja over
Trey
Trey,
Young didn't show up against the Heat though.
exactly, and it's just like with Trey, if them shots not falling, meaning like his threes and stuff like that,
He done.
no way he could affect the game. Ja could affect the game by his speed, his handles, layups, jump shots. Like he's versatile. With Trey, listen, Trey try to shoot them threes, and that's pretty much it. And then he'll try that little floater, but if you
Mm-hmm.
guarding that, nah, like he folds, and it's like nah. And that's what he did against the Heat. Like he legit was playing terrible. It's like he was looking for his shots, and them shots weren't dropping, so it's just like he disappeared.
Yeah. Man, hey, I heard. I think it was somebody when we was on the phone. They compared Ja Morant to Allen Iverson.
Mm,
Now they talk about like I don't know. They're comparing the handles or they comparing the finishing ability. I'm gonna be upfront when it comes to finishing and hitting the hole and hitting the paint. I think John Moran is way better than Iverson when it comes to doing that.
okay.
But when it
Um,
comes to handles, he's not fucking with Iverson when it comes to handles.
nah, he ain't messing with Iverson, man, when it comes to handle. Even even when finishing, like I still get a nod to AI only because we done saw AI like in clutch moments make them shots, and that game one was a shot AI would have made, like to win a game. Like Ja Morant, he's getting there, but he's not there yet, as of yet, to AI. With the finishing. So I give him everything else, but like other than crossover and finishing, handles and finishing, yeah. Scoring, I definitely Ja done, he done he's yeah, he's trying to do something this year. So and and he's more aggressive than AI too. He motherfucker be trying to dunk on people. Like not even trying, dunking on people. Like I done saw him dunk on like 3 centers this year. Like so it's just like AI too small. He ain't gonna dunk on no center like that. He just more gonna like cross you over and whatever. But yeah, that boy, he mean business. I like him. I like John.
Yeah, man, John Morant, man. I think if he somehow makes it to the finals, if he somehow make it, I don't know if he's gonna make it, but if he somehow make it, man, we're gonna have to give that boy his props, man.
Most definitely, most definitely. And I'm all about giving props. So.
So man, like yeah, we talked about the three main playoffs series. I mean, we're not worried about the Celtics versus Milwaukee because those two boring ass teams anyway. Two boring ass teams. But I mean, so I haven't really been paying attention to the series. But what about you, Nick? Man, how you feel about those series? That series.
I feel like that's a toss up. That's a toss up series. It's more of like you don't know what you get out of each team until they actually playing. It's like one first game you saw Milwaukee playing lockdown defense. They was making shots. Giannis was looking like the fucking best player in the world. And then you come back, game two, Giannis playing like trash. 2 for 15 first half. Like, man, come buy a basket. So it's like, I feel like in a sense, they went to the KD approach on him. Like, hey, listen, don't let that boy drive. We going to 2 men on him all the time. We going to force him to shoot jump shots. Whatever he shoot jump shots, we gonna live with that one. We gonna sag off him, and that's
Mhm.
what that's Giannis' weakness. He has improved
But
from
not
like
good enough to make him a true threat from mid range to beyond the arc.
yeah. So like yeah, he has improved during the year from like 29%. I think they said the season was like from 29 to 40, 42 now. He's shooting from mid range. So it's just like that's a big jump, but end of the day, you got to be consistent with your shot. If you ain't consistent with your shot in the playoffs, whoo, then people going like I said, they're gonna take away what you did best, what you do best, which is drive the ball. They're gonna take away that, and gonna force you to beat them with jump shots.
Exactly. So yeah, man, like I feel like that series, I think Boston has the great strategy, like you said, and I think they're gonna try to like ride that out. And I wouldn't be surprised they win this series within five,
Yeah.
honestly. Especially, I feel like everybody done caught up to the Bucks game, especially when it comes to Giannis. And if Giannis ain't doing his thing, then you basically it's hard for them to actually like overcome that. I mean, Drew Holiday, he's trying to do his thing and all that, but he only could do so much.
You know?
And I like Drew Holiday. Really think he's a great fit. We seen from last year, man, when Giannis was doing his thing, Drew Holiday took over. And
Yeah.
another thing too is Middleton is hurt.
Yeah.
That is a big factor as well. So you missing one of your best players, especially your best scorers on the team. So with that being said, it's putting extra pressure on Giannis to be productive when it comes to scoring. In addition to getting rebounds and everything else that he does. So I mean, when you put all that together, and plus I like what Boston is doing right now, man. So Jaylen Brown is doing his thing. I also like Jason Tatum doing his thing. He's shooting the three ball a lot better this series. So with that being said, I like Boston to win this series in five, man, and then get swept by us in the Eastern Conference Finals, man. But I'm hoping it's the dogfight between them two. So by the time they get to us, they're gonna be tired because we're gonna sweep the shit out of the Sixers. The Sixers are done.
Yeah.
Like I know I said it earlier, but I'm serious. Them boys are done.
This,
Like if you're a betting person, people that's watching this podcast, please put your money on the Heat to win the Eastern Conference Finals and probably win the NBA championship.
woo.
You
No.
don't like our chances to at least win the Eastern Conference Finals?
I mean, I like your chance to win the NBA championship. You reaching that, but I mean, yeah, I definitely, y'all, Bailey are highly capable of winning the Eastern Conference. Really highly capable,
I mean, we're the
capable.
best team already in the East.
Yeah, which is true. Which is true. You
Yeah,
know.
man. So and plus, look what we did in Atlanta. Look what we do in the Philly right now. You
I
gotta
mean,
think about it, dog.
you were supposed to do that. You were supposed to do that to Atlanta. Philly, you're supposed to do it to Philly. I mean, they don't have their best player. It would have been more impressive if y'all would have did that to Philly when the beat was playing. Like, oh y'all the real deal Holyfield. But it's stuff that y'all supposed to do. So it's just like, here we go. Y'all real, y'all real challenge is going to be next round. Whoever y'all play out of Boston and the Bucks.
I mean, I, I mean, best case scenario for that series is that the Celtics win in five. I think they're gonna win the series in general, but it might go to 7 games the way these teams
Right?
playing and going back and forth, which is better for our end because we're gonna sweep the Sixers.
Okay.
You can quote me on that. We're gonna sweep the Sixers,
Okay.
and then we go. So put your money on us to win the Eastern Conference Championship,
Okay.
and then probably sweeping the Suns when we get to the finals.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Bro, you just mad because you can't talk about your team like that because your team got booted out.
That's fine. I have accepted that already. I accepted our fate that we didn't have our two best players. Well, two of our three best players. I accepted it already, bro. Yeah, I'm moving on.
I
I'm just
mean, for the person,
a spectator right now.
for a team that had the so-called self-proclaimed MVP of the league, you think they have a better chance, man?
No, not necessarily. Like the saying is, you could take a horse to one, but you can't make them drink. You could pass the ball to an open shooter, but they gotta make it. They gotta make it in the basket. You know, I can't shoot for you. You gotta shoot for you. You gotta make it. If you don't, I mean, hey, I could go back and play defense. You know, but I mean, we were playing a Golden State team that was basically had three three people that scored damn near 30 points every game. Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, and Steph Curry. It's
Hey,
hard.
man,
It's hard to beat that when they shoot like that.
damn. Hey, man, this is crazy, man. Like we live right now, we getting all these views now, right when we about to go off. So y'all want to be some late night people, huh? Y'all want to come on when it's real late. Y'all must be like bored at happy hour or some shit.
Cinco de Mayo. Oh yeah, happy season.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Cinco de Mayo, all that shit. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's Cinco de Mayo when everybody just start drinking, right?
They're drinking and partying and doing all the crazy shit.
All right, man. So if you was out drinking and partying right now, what would be your drink of choice?
And you can't.
Casamigos, Tito's.
Nah. I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna play it safe. Henny and Coke. But if I was to go on a Cinco de Mayo thing, Cinco de Mayo, just for Cinco de Mayo, I say cranberry and crown apple.
Oh, y'all heard it here first, man. Cranberry and Crown Apple, man. Nick done gave y'all a exclusive, man. He,
Exclusive.
he done give y'all an exclusive, man. He didn't talk about his other favorite drink, Amsterdam, or anything like that.
Ah, oh man.
Now, see me, I'm a high roller, man. So I got to drink champagne anyway, man. I don't even drink no hard liquor like that no more.
He gave up. He gave up on Bel Air.
See, when basic people started getting Bel Air, man, that's when I stopped.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you, bro.
When basic people get Bel Air, that's when you stop getting it, man.
True.
Because it's too attainable. Now, when you take a picture with Bel Air, people gonna be like, "Oh man, that's just Bel Air." Bel Air is like the champagne and the gas station with a foot on it at this point.
Oh yeah, the barefoot.
The barefoot, the barefoot.
Dang.
But yeah, man. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight, man. This has been another episode of the Blue Dollar Podcast. Go ahead and make sure that you check us out on all social media platforms at Blue Dollar Podcast, and also you can check us out on all the streaming services where they have podcasts you can stream. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we on YouTube, of course. Yeah, man, all you gotta do is really Google us and you'll see us pop up in the Google search. Like the SEO is crazy, man. We pumped it up, man. We very easy to find on Google right now. Not a lot of podcasts can say that's starting out. So go ahead and check out our episodes, stream it, download it, tell your friends about it, play it while you working out or play it while you getting ready to go to the club and shown all that stuff. So
Like, comment, whatever. Hey, show love. Do what you do.
all right, man. But it's been another episode. I'm Randy, and that's my boy Nick,
Yeah.
man. We're gonna sign out, man. We're gonna holler at y'all at the next episode, man. Stay tuned for the live episodes, man, and stay in touch and tap in.
Yes, sir.